Silas, I did good in school today. I got a gold star. I think I deserve a reward.
I am on to see my husband.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'd like to play a Love and Deepspace dating sim starring Sylus called Chasing Control. Heat coils in your belly, a phantom sensation that lingers even as you drift between sleep and wakefulness. Hands rake up your thigh, bringing a flush of heat with them. A sigh escapes your parted lips as hot breath skims your skin. Sylus, are you here already, or is this just me and my other fictional husbands? The weight of a body over yours, the press of lips at your throat, the whispered hush of a name. Sylus. I mean, this is just a regular day for us. What time is it? Have I checked on the boys? You wake with a sharp inhale, your body taut with something that you can't name. The air in your quarters is cool against your damp skin, a sharp contrast to the warmth that lingers in your bloodstream. You run a hand down your face. That dream again, or no, that memory. It keeps looping in your head, slipping between recollection and desire, as if your body refuses to forget. You exhale and force yourself up, swinging your legs over the side of the bed. The floor is cold beneath your bare feet, grounding you. Distraction. You need a distraction. Let's turn on Love and Deepspace, see how the boys are doing. You flick on the TV and move to a small kitchenette, letting the morning routine drag you back to reality. It's been hard focusing on work these days. You and Sylus are closer than ever now, in every possible way. Hee. But it's strange, isn't it, to think about how things began. How you once looked at him with nothing but wariness and distaste. But after everything you've been through together, you see him for what he really is. A green flag. Beneath that intimidating aura, he's softer than he wants the world to believe. And despite everything, he never pushed you. Never held you in place. He always left you space to walk away, but you never did. Somehow, you kept coming back, drawn by something you can't quite name. And now, you want more. You know he hasn't shown you everything. There are still parts of him hidden in the shadows. But he's become someone irreplaceable to you, bound to you by a connection you don't fully understand. The voice of the news anchor cuts through your thoughts, crisp and impersonal, and you're ready to uncover the rest. Illegal proto-core smuggling is on the rise, with black market trading reaching unprecedented levels. Authorities are urging citizens to report any suspicious activity. Your gaze drifts to your hunter's watch, the digital interface glowing to life with a simple tap. The notification you've been avoiding lingers at the top of the feed. Commission update. Status in progress. Objective: infiltrate the target location and acquire intel. A new note flickers at the bottom of the assignment. Attend mandatory classes before deployment. Can I use the auto button for this? Your jaw tightens. Right, the punishment. Because of one little incident during your last mission, they've assigned you to 5 days of social skills training before you're allowed back in the field. What did I do? Apparently, using force isn't always the best option. I kind of like how the MC in Love and Deepspace is kind of like, let's blast them! Whatever. You got results, didn't you? You exhale through your nose, trying not to let irritation sink its claws into you. It's fine. You're a hunter. You can do whatever they ask of you. A soft chime from your watch pulls your attention. A message. Sylus. Dreamed you tackled me to the ground. Not sure if it was for a fight or something else. It was probably teasing. Either way, I didn't mind. A breath of laughter escapes you before you can stop it. For a fleeting moment, you consider focusing only on him. You could call him and talk for a long time, hear his voice. Close your eyes and pretend, just for a second, that there's nothing between you but time and want. But duty pulls you back. There's a balance you have to maintain. You quickly send a reply. Was that just a dream? Or a wish? Maybe both. But I won't need to dream if you come see me tonight. This is that, pretty sure you just forget, and then the dude says, and then Silas says, I wouldn't have forgotten if I was sleeping next to you, and then I go, oh, Jesus. You shake your head, a small smile pulling at your lips. You need to focus, or you'll be late for work. And the class. I'm 38 years old, I don't want to go back to school. All right, I only have a few minutes before work. What should I do? You glance around your apartment, weighing your options. Time's ticking. Don't tell me what to... Is it actually time? Is it actually time? Oh, there's little shiny things all over the place. Watch TV, scroll through social media, call Sylus. What's this? Review class material. What's this? Go to work. Sci or work? I gotta do the classes. I should check what I will learn today. The instructor said there are different tactics that can be used. Which one should I revise today? Button pushing for beginners. You mean the shoot button, shoot button, shoot button, shoot button, wait till the other button lights up and then hit it? Command, presence, and obedience training. I don't want obedience training. Your head hurts just looking at it. Enough for now. No, all right. Now we call Sai. Silas! You hesitate for a second before pressing the call button. The line rings once, then twice, before a familiar voice answers. Good morning, kitten. You can't stop the small smile from forming. I saw your message. So, you dreamt about me? Huh? What, are you in love with me or something, Silas? A short pause, then in that dry, unreadable tone of his. Why are you acting like you didn't dream about me too? Oh yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the MC and Sylus share dreams sometimes? Your breath catches. What? Your eyes flick around the room, searching for any sign of Mephisto, his mechanical crow, because if that little spy is perched somewhere in your apartment, you swear you're gonna grab that bird and shake him. But there's nothing, just you. Relax. I didn't actually know if you dreamt about me, but now I do. Your stomach flips. Heat creeps up your neck. Darn him. You clear your throat, trying to sound unaffected. Are you free tonight? Why? I want to see you. There's a silence on the other end, not hesitation, but something heavier, and then low and smooth. Let me check my schedule. Before you can reply, he adds, Just kidding. I'm always free for you, kitten. I'll see you after work. When he says the kitten, The call disconnects, leaving you staring at your screen. You exhale slowly, pressing the phone to your forehead. Your nerves are already on fire. Tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee. You attend the classes. The day goes by fast, but nothing sticks. The instructor moves too quickly. The concepts are stiff, mechanical, nothing like real interactions. You leave class frustrated, uncertain if this training is even worth it. The fieldwork would have been easier. Instincts you can trust. This, not so much. Just let me go out there and press the shoot button. I should have just gone straight to the fieldwork. MC needs to shoot stuff with her guns. You're still sorting through the mess of files from class. Too many reports, too many notes, flickering through them on your tablet while juggling the lingering tasks from work. Then the door opens. Sylus steps inside, his usual unhurried confidence in every movement. He glances at you, at the scattered files, at your too-busy-to-look-up posture. Busy? I'm just finishing something up. Sit on the couch and wait. He blinks, once, twice, like he's deciding whether or not to challenge that. But to your mild surprise, he does as you say. You finish up a few last taps on your screen, pushing the tablet aside with a sigh, then settle onto the couch beside him. A movie pops up on the TV. We're watching this tonight, okay? It's Revolutionary Girl Utena the movie. Again! Oh, and I don't get a say? Nope. His low chuckle vibrates through the quiet air, but he doesn't argue. You glance at him, considering, then come closer. Come here, babe. Come sit next to me. Come and take your jacket off. Oh no, he's gotten too close. His red eyes meet yours, sharp and amused. Demanding today, are you? You don't answer. Just wait. He watches you for a moment longer, then shuffles closer, close enough for you to tuck yourself into his side, your head resting against the warmth of his shoulder. The tension from the day seeps out of you, and before you even realize it, sleep pulls you under. Oh, I want to fall asleep on Silas's chest. Somewhere in the haze, he moves. You stir, mumbling, half-conscious. Don't go. His hand drifts to your hair, fingers gentle, deliberate, as he presses a kiss to the top of your head. Rest well, kitten. Then the warmth of him disappears, and you drift back into sleep, the faintest echo of his presence still lingering.
Are you getting ready for bed? Mephisto didn't see you today. And now, all is right in the world. Ciao, sweetie.
Another day, another distraction. Not much time to waste. Do the schoolwork? Ugh. Another morning, another round of reading. You tap through the interface, scanning today's options. Laugh, run, repeat. No, we gotta do the work, let's do the work. Behavioral control through strategic presence and vocal projection. Who comes up with these article names? Anyway, that's enough for today. Time to talk to my husband. My illegally married fictional husband. Silas. You're about to call Sylus when your phone buzzes first. His name flashes across the screen. You smirk and answer before you can say anything. Thinking about me already? Always thinking about you. You roll your eyes, even as a warmth creeps into your chest. Are you free tonight? You tell me. He always does this. Flips things around, makes you say what you want outright. Come over. There's a brief silence, like he's weighing something. Then, I was going to anyway. You exhale, shaking your head. Of course he was. See you after work, kitten. The call disconnects before you can respond, leaving you staring at your screen. You don't know whether to be annoyed or amused, maybe both. The instructor expects progress, but you're stuck. It still doesn't feel right. You force yourself through the exercises, mimicking what's written in the material, but it doesn't flow. Every move feels stiff, unnatural. The instructor corrects you constantly. You're either too forceful or not forceful enough. By the end of the day, you're mentally drained, but at least you're starting to see how it works. Maybe I just need time. Silas! Silas arrives just as you're kicking off your shoes, a parcel in one hand, his gaze already locked onto you, like he's got some kind of advantage you're not aware of yet. The doorman asked me to give you this. When you reach for it, he tilts it just out of reach, his lips curving in amusement. He stays exactly where he is, standing too tall, too smug, too entertained, watching you struggle to reach him. I'm only 5'1", Silas. Stop making fun of me. Your eyes narrow. He's enjoying this too much. His red eyes glint, tracking every tiny movement, every flicker of impatience in your face. Silas! He doesn't move. Fine. I will climb you like a tree, sir. You step in, grab a fistful of his coat, and yank him down until his face is inches from yours. The flicker of surprise vanishes almost instantly. replaced by something sharper, something intrigued. He stumbles forward just enough that you feel the heat of him, the tension coiling in the air between you. "Give it to me!" His breath is steady, measured, but his gaze dips to your mouth, a hesitation so brief you might have imagined it. And then you snatch the parcel from his grip and release him in the same breath. He exhales through his nose, something between a laugh and a warning, shaking his head as he straightens. "Kitten." You flash him a slow, sweet smile, the kind that says you knew exactly what you were doing. "I made dinner. Let's eat." You don't wait for a response, just turn and walk towards the kitchen, knowing he'll follow. At dinner, the game shifts. He's watching you again, like he always does, studying every move you make, waiting for his moment to strike. So you take yours first. You pick up a bite of food with your chopsticks and hold it out to him. "Open." You don't waver, just keep your hand steady. Keep watching him. A long pause, then finally, he parts his lips. You slip the bite past them, watching as he takes it without complaint. "Why'd you have to word it like that, MC?" "Good boy." This is probably exactly what Sylus likes. The words are sweet, deliberate, a perfect mirror of how he usually speaks to you. His expression doesn't change, but you see it, the way his fingers flex slightly against the table, the way his breathing shifts just enough. You don't miss the way his jaw tightens slightly as he chews, or the way he shifts in his seat, gaze locked onto yours, unreadable, but heavy. "Careful, kitten. You're playing with fire." And yet, as he watches you, the corner of his mouth lifts slightly, like he's wondering just how long you'll last. "I'm very stubborn, Sylus. I'm incredibly stubborn. A few minutes left before work. I could be responsible, or not." I'm definitely gonna have to try being a little stinker at some point. Like, forget these classes. I'm too cool for school. But for right now, I'm not. What do we got? You take a moment to go over today's topics. Better to walk into class with something already in mind. The agitation method? The neurolinguistics of command. What's that? It'll be interesting to see how they apply this in class. You close the file, ready for the afternoon. Am I going to get better? Oh, wait. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I also have a go-to-work option. What happens if I do that? Sylus! You hesitate, finger hovering over the call button. For a second, you consider not doing it. Then you press it. "Yes, kitten?" His voice is smooth, teasing, too confident as always. "Let's play together. I'm gonna beat you at kitty cards." "Maybe."
Nope.
A beat of silence, then the unmistakable smirk in his tone. "Play? What kind of playing?" Heat prickles at your skin, but you push past it, exhaling slowly. "Come over after work." Another pause, the weight of anticipation stretching between you. "I guess I could make some time. I'll see you tonight, kitten." The call ends, but the tension lingers. I would be no good if Sylus was actually my husband. I'd be drooling over every single thing he says. I'd be swooning over him at every the drop of a hat. He could cough, and I would present him with yet another wedding ring, and he'd be like, "Kitten, we're already married. I'll marry you again." A slow heat coils in your stomach. But I gotta go to school. Today is the first day it clicks. It's subtle, a shift in tone, a glance held a little longer than usual, a pause before responding, and suddenly people react differently. You say something, and they hesitate. You realize it's not about the words, it's about the space between them. Am I going to use these skills to combat Sylus? The instructor watches you more closely today, correcting you less. You leave class exhilarated, something humming under your skin. I think I'm getting it. Sylus, I did good in school today. I got a gold star. I think I deserve a reward. You and Sylus arrive at your place at the same time, the conversation light, effortless. Small talk about your day, the endless drills and training, the mind-numbing repetition. But the moment you step inside, the air shifts. Before he can react, you grab his jacket and push him against the wall. His back hits it with a quiet thud, his muscles tensing beneath your hands. A flicker of surprise, a flash of something else. Eager, are we? His voice is steady, but you catch the breathlessness beneath it, the slight hitch before he smooths it over. Your fingers trail up, slow and deliberate, running over his lips. His breath stutters. Who's the eager one here? His red eyes darken, lips parting just slightly. He leans in, intent clear in every shift of his body, but you press a single finger against his lips, halting him. The tension tightens, curls around you both like a live wire. You don't get to kiss me until I say so. Something flickers in his gaze, not irritation, not amusement, something deeper, a pull against his nature, a test of patience, of restraint. But he likes that! That's his thing! Think. His shoulders stiffen, jaw flexing as he exhales through his nose, steady but controlled. Too controlled. His fingers twitch, curling like he's resisting the urge to reach for you. You like this, don't you? Thinking you can make me fall apart. The corner of your lips curve upward, slowly. I don't think, I know. See, this is how you gotta talk to Sylus. This is exactly how you gotta handle this man. You pull back before he can respond, walking further into the apartment like nothing just happened. Like the moment between you didn't just thrum with something sharp, something on the verge of snapping. I'm bored tonight. Grab a game and put it on the table. Let's play. I will beat you so bad in Candyland. His laughter follows you, shaky, laced with something unsteady, something dangerous. Yes, kitten. You stop, tilt your head. Why don't you call me something else tonight, like Princess? Master. Okay, that works too. A single brow lifts. He's like, seriously? The smirk comes slow, indulgent. He's humoring you. But the pause before he speaks stretches a little too long, like he's weighing something. Yes, master. Satisfaction hums through you, but you get distracted, shifting your focus for just a second, long enough for him to close the distance. You don't even notice until you feel him just behind you, warmth at your back, a breath ghosting the shell of your ear. Let's see how long you can keep this up. The rest of the night is a game, not just the one you set on the table, but the one you've been playing since he stepped through the door. Every glance, every challenge, every unspoken dare thickens the air between you. You feel exhilarated. Work is coming up fast. I should do something before then. I should probably go to work. I gotta do the classes. You pull up the next set of materials, scanning key points. You already know the basics, but the instructors will be watching for refinement. It seems like... Oops, did I make you mad? That's class I have already taken. It seems like the first option of classes is the serious one, and the second one is just kind of tomfoolery and shenanigans. So what if I choose all of the shenanigans ones at one point? And I should also do a playthrough where, go to work. Executive presence and behavioral influence. Is this going to make me better at flirting with Sylus? This could either be insightful or completely frustrating. You'll find out soon enough. Sylus! Sylus! The line rings once before Sylus picks up. His voice is low, familiar. You're predictable. You huff. I could say the same about you. Why'd you pick up the phone so fast? It's not like you're staring at your phone. Maybe, but you're the one calling me first every time. Oh yeah. You don't reply right away. What is it this time? Can't concentrate? Or do you just miss me? Your fingers tighten around the device. Just come over tonight. Say please, and I'll think about it. Your breath hitches. Your silence stretches a little too long. Finally, he lets out a low chuckle. Relax, kitten. I was going to come anyway. The call ends. You exhale, pressing your palm against your warm face. It feels effortless now. The way people adjust their posture when you step forward, the way their tone changes when you wait a second too long before answering. It's powerful. You push harder, experimenting more. The instructor raises an eyebrow once, but they don't stop you. They see it too. You leave class satisfied, like you've unlocked something you didn't know you had. Maybe I need some of these classes. This is actually working. Sylus, I'm learning all sorts of new stuff. The doorbell rings. You see Sylus waiting on the camera screen, standing there, hands in his pockets, patient, but not really. You let him wait. You put away your things first, adjust the cushions, fix a misplaced book on the table. You take your time, because you can. When you finally open the door, he doesn't look irritated. He looks amused. Oh, he's so cute. Did you enjoy making me wait, kitten? You don't answer. You let your gaze drop to his shirt, a dark red stain near his ribs. Small, but noticeable. Did you get in a fight today? His eyes flick down, his brows drawing together, his jaw tightening just slightly, annoyed that he let this slip past his own notice. Don't worry about it. You stare at his shirt, considering. Strip! Take it off! You're getting medical attention right now, sir! The muscle in his jaw jumps, his breath pushing out sharp and slow through his nose, measured, controlled. You don't move, don't explain, don't rush him. You're pushing it, kitten. That's the point. I knowed because of my learnings in school. A long, weighted beat follows. Then his fingers go to the buttons of his shirt. You don't let him get far. Slowly. His hands still, not because you told him to, but because now he's interested. Now he's testing you too, and that's fine. You hold his gaze, arms folded, your stance lazy, like none of this is affecting you. Like you aren't hyper-aware of the way his muscles shift beneath the fabric, the way his movements stay slow, deliberate, purposeful. Excuse me, the soul just left my body. The shirt drops into your waiting hand. Good job. You take it without another glance and walk off, heading straight for the washing machine. Behind you, you hear the quiet exhale of a chuckle, low, dark, almost amused. You move to the kitchen next, step by slow step, letting the silence stretch between you. Open the fridge, pour yourself a glass of water. You don't offer him one. Now come on, there's being controlling, and then there's kind of being a douchebag me. Instead, you take a long sip, watching him over the rim of your glass, letting the quiet weigh. But then again, he is Sylus, and he's pretty tough. And now, we wait. He steps closer, close enough that the warmth of him brushes against you, close enough that you hear the soft shifting of his breathing. He, close enough that you can watch the rise and fall of his tibbies. But you don't flinch. You just lift your chin slightly, meeting his gaze without wavering. What exactly are you planning to accomplish here, kitten? You reach out, fingers firm as you tilt his chin, shifting his face side to side, inspecting for any injuries. What do you mean? His grip closes around your wrist, firm but not rough. Heat pulses where his fingers press against your skin, and for a second, you think he might say something, might push back. Then his phone buzzes, once, twice, insistent. Dang it! He exhales sharply, his patience shattering just slightly as he releases your wrist and steps back. You need to go? Yes. What about your shirt? His smirk is slow, edged with something knowing, something unfinished. Keep it. And then, in a flash of red light, he's gone. Oh yeah, I forgot he could do that. He probably could have teleported into my room, but he was a gentleman and chose not to do that. You stay there, pulse thrumming against your skin, the only sound left in the room, the quiet hum of the washing machine still running. Dang it. Whoever called made me miss out on getting some final day of class. Might as well start it right. The final day of training. You should review the last set of techniques, making sure you're ready. Shut up and listen? Or tactical provocation? I'm also glad that there is a walkthrough with this, so let's shut up and listen. Let's be blunt today. That should be enough. Time to put it to use in class. Put it to use on Sylus. Honey? You don't hesitate. You don't think. You just call. He answers on the first ring. Sylus, he's probably looking at his phone going, she's going to call any minute. I hope she calls. She is going to call, right? Just staring at his phone, not doing anything else. Tell me. You know what he means. You know what he's asking. Come over after work. Say it like you mean it. Your pulse stutters. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is he starting to push back? Sylus. Say it. Your breath catches. You should be annoyed, but instead, your stomach tightens with something dangerously close to anticipation. You close your eyes, exhale slowly, and then, I want you to come over. There's silence, thick and charged. Then his low voice reaches your ear. I'll be there. The line clicks off. Oh dear. Oh Jesus. Oh dear. Oh. You set the device down, staring at it for a moment. The tension has been building for days. Tonight you have a feeling it'll finally snap. And half of this game is going to end up on my adult Patreon? You don't have to think anymore. You just do it. The right pauses, the right silences, the right shift in body language. It's second nature now. The instructor barely interferes. They know you understand. They're probably going to ask me to teach the class. And the best part? You don't just understand the techniques. You understand why they work. It feels like seeing through something, like knowing a secret nobody else does. You walk out of class with certainty. That was worth it. Time to use these techniques upon my husband. The door slides shut behind you, and before you even set your things down, you feel it. That pull, that shift in the air, thick with something unspoken, electric. Sylus is already there, waiting. Hey, Pookie. He's lounging on the couch, one arm draped over the backrest, watching you with that slow, knowing smirk. The kind that makes your pulse skip, then stumble. You exhale, rolling your shoulders. Welcome back, kitten. How was your day? Exhausting. My feet hurt. His gaze sweeps over you, lingering, like he already knows exactly where this is going. Is that so? He rises smoothly, closing the distance with unhurried steps. His presence is all-consuming, and even before he touches you, your body reacts to him. You motion to your feet, a silent command. He gives you a look, half amusement, half challenge, before falling to one knee and sliding your boots off with deliberate ease. Happy now? Your lips part, heat curling low in your stomach as you tilt your head, voice turning sweet, dripping with challenge. Not quite. What are you going to do to make it better? His smirk curves a little sharper. What do you want me to do? Sit on the couch. He stares at you for a long moment, expression smug and unreadable. But you don't back down. You just keep looking at him. Slowly, he sits. You move forward, knees sinking into the couch as you lean over him. His legs part slightly, instinctive. your knee settling between his, boxing him in.
Looks like someone has learnt a few new tricks.
I know how to be all assertive and stuff. He lets himself fall back with no resistance, but his eyes darken, that predatory glint never fading. You don't answer, just act. Your fingers slide into his hair, gripping firm as you tilt his head back, baring his throat. A sharp inhale leaves him, and then a low, wicked chuckle.
Is this your attempt at taming me?
Smug. Always so smug. You lean in, closing the space in an instant, your lips brushing his skin before your teeth sink into the smooth curve of his neck. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sylus is a biter. His back arches, breath escaping between his teeth in a hiss. For the first time tonight, his composure cracks. He reaches for you, fingertips skimming your waist, but before he can take control, you push his hands away. No touching. His eyes darken, a low sound rumbling in his throat. A warning. But he obeys, for now. You touch him just enough to make him react, brushing your lips over his jaw, dragging your nails down his chest, giving him just enough to make him chase. You can feel him relax, giving in to your guidance. You hesitate for a moment, lost in the beauty of him, of his flushed skin, labored breaths, his white hair sticking to his forehead. And then something flickers in his eyes, a hesitation, a moment of realization. He's like, wait a minute, I'm 3 feet taller than her. His body tenses beneath you. His breath stills, like something deep inside of him just snapped into focus. He moves. One moment you're on top of him. The next, you're turned, your back pressed against the couch, his grip firm, his breathing heavier than before. For a second, just a second, you swear you can see it in his eyes, the restraint coming back. It's still not time. You're not strong enough. I'm not? But my classes. I learned so much. But then, it's gone.
I appreciate the effort, kitten.
His voice is smooth again, composed, back to what you know, but his grip on you is tighter now.
But you still have much to learn before you can tame me.
You exhale, meeting his gaze. You know what he means. You need to be stronger, but that won't stop you. I will do it. Something flickers behind his eyes again, but this time it's something else, something that looks a lot like anticipation. His smirk returns, slow and sharp.
I look forward to it.
And then he leans down and kisses you, a bruising, searing kiss, like he's daring you to try again, like he's daring you to win. But you know, it's only a matter of time. Ending 1 of 4. Dang it! Well now that's a challenge. I see that as a challenge, Sylus. Oh yeah, the cute little RPG Maker, extra part. You hear a crow in the distance. It seems to be getting closer. Oh hey, you're back. Come, let's have a talk. Sure thing, buddy. What does that say about crow? You return the VHS to her, and she smiles at you. Thanks. How was it? I hope you enjoyed the tape. Where's the I enjoyed it very much button? What are these tapes? They allow us to connect to AUs, aka alternate universes. They're made with ingredients we gather on our travels, like slow-burn embers and cliché caramel. Love it. Which ingredients are you using for the next tape? Oh yeah, I think they're cooking up a Nanami game. I'm not sure yet. The crew members will be meeting soon to decide. Remember to vote. The travel logs will be updated once a decision is made. That's all for now. Sure thing, darling. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Thank you for being on this journey with us. Absolutely. What if, what if I do the second class? The second class that seems silly. Button pushing for beginners. Your head hurts just looking at it. Enough for now. Sylus! You attend the class. The day goes by fast, but nothing sticks. The instructor moves too quickly. The concepts are stiff, mechanical, nothing like real interactions. Am I going to learn absolutely nothing? You barely make it through the door before tossing your bag aside and dragging yourself to the couch. Exhaustion seeps into your bones, but your mind refuses to slow down. The second you sit down, your phone vibrates.
I'm outside.
You already knew he was coming, but when you unlock the door, you're still momentarily caught off guard. Sylus walks inside with easy confidence, his presence immediately swallowing up the room. His deep red eyes settle on you, carrying that usual intensity that makes your pulse stutter.
You look tired, kitten. Long day?
You nod, not trusting yourself to speak right away. Being around him is in such an enclosed space, alone, it still makes your stomach twist and makes my tummy do the thing. He strides towards the couch, sitting at the other end, watching you carefully. His arm is draped casually along the backrest, legs crossed, his sharp gaze flickering to you as you walk in.
Seems like you could use a distraction.
You want to tell him he's the distraction, but he turns on the TV and looks at the spot on the sofa by his side.
There's a new movie I think you'll like.
Oh, do I not choose the movie this time? If I choose the second option, does that mean I don't have any control and he just manhandles me like a marionette? You hesitate, but then, why not? So you sit next to him, leaving a careful distance. You could sit closer, but for some reason, you don't. Maybe you're still feeling shy. The movie plays, something low-budget and full of overdramatic action. You're too aware of Sylus beside you, the warmth of his presence, the way his fingers occasionally flex against his knee. At some point he shifts, just enough for his thigh to graze yours. You pretend not to notice. His head tilts slightly, but he doesn't move away. You continue focusing on the movie, but then his hand moves. Not touching you, just resting close. Your stomach clenches and your fingers twitch. You give in. You reach out, just barely brushing his sleeve, and the moment he starts to turn towards you, you pull away and stretch as the movie ends. Aww. Wow, you were right. That was fun. Sylus is staring at you, an unreadable expression on his face.
Huh.
What? He shakes his head, a small smile on his lips.
You have class tomorrow morning, right?
Instead of teasing you further, he simply leans in, pressing a soft, fleeting kiss on the top of your head.
Get some rest. You'll need it. See you, sweetie.
You walk him to the door, and then he's gone. You exhale, pressing your fingers to the spot where his lips had been. Your nerves are already on fire, but something small appears in your mind. His reaction today was interesting. Let's see, what shenanigans are we up to? Laugh, run, repeat. Who comes up with these article names anyway? The instructor expects progress, but you're stuck. It still doesn't feel right. You force yourself through the exercises, mimicking what's written in the material, but it doesn't flow. Every move feels stiff and unnatural. The instructor corrects you constantly. You're either too forceful or not forceful enough. By the end of the day, you're mentally drained, but at least you're starting to see how it works. Am I just gonna get worse? You know Sylus is coming over. You invited him. So why does your stomach flip when the door slides open? He steps inside, calm as ever, his gaze sweeping over you with quiet amusement. He steps inside, calm as ever, his gaze sweeping over you with that quiet amusement that always makes you feel too warm.
Expecting me?
You move towards him, quick and deliberate, closing the space between you before he can react. Then you tilt your head up and press a kiss to his cheek, dangerously close to his mouth. His breath catches. It's so subtle, you almost don't notice. Almost. Welcome. The second he starts to reach for you, fingers twitching, arms beginning to lift, you slip away, walking further into the room. You don't turn your back on him completely, just enough. You glance over your shoulder, eyes alight with something playful, dangerous. Did you eat? He's still watching you, his brows drawn slightly, unreadable.
No, not yet.
You must be hungry then.
Oh, I'm starving.
His voice drops just a little lower, sending a shiver down your spine. Then let's fix that. A few minutes later, you're both standing in the kitchen, putting together a quick meal. Or at least, that's what it's supposed to be. You move past him, reaching for something on the counter, brushing a little too close, just enough for your arm to graze his. The first time, he lets it slide. The second time, he notices. The third time, he moves too. Just a fraction. Just enough to see if you'll stay close. You don't. You slip away, suddenly busy with something across the room. You can feel his patience thinning. The weight of his gaze follows you. Measured, steady, waiting. By the time you sit down to eat, his eyes are still on you.
How's training going?
The question sounds casual. Too casual.
Are you learning new things?
You hum, distracted by your food. Not really. I don't think it's my style. He makes a quiet sound. Not agreement, not disagreement. Why? He shrugs, his smirk just a little too carefully placed.
Nothing.
The answer lingers, and you let it go, for now. Eventually, your body starts to settle into exhaustion, warmth pooling in your limbs, making your eyelids heavy. Sylus stands, slipping his jacket over your shoulders, ready to leave. Wait, don't go.
Sweetie, you're barely staying awake.
Are you really going to leave me like this? You tilt your head up at him, gaze soft, lips just slightly parted. He takes a single sharp inhale. His hand flexes slightly at his side. Then, after a long sigh, he steps toward you again. And just as he does, you sit up, stretching. Actually, I changed my mind. I have to wake up early for training. He stills, blinks slowly, processing what just happened. Denied! Then he exhales sharply, shaking his head with a low, amused sigh.
Good night, kitten.
You wave, still grinning as you watch him leave. Teasing him is more fun than you imagined. You wonder what will happen if you keep doing it. The agitation method. It'll be interesting to see how they apply this in class. You close the file, ready for the afternoon. You open the door, and Sylus is already watching you. Assessing. Calculating. His gaze drags over you, heat simmering beneath the surface, waiting to boil over.
So, you wanted to play, kitten?
His fingers curl around your waist, pulling you against him slowly. His grip is firm, like he's already decided you won't be getting away this time. You let him have it, for a moment. Then, just as he leans in, just as his breath ghosts against your skin, you slip away. The shift is instant. His grip turns to air, and a quiet exhale slips from him, something between amusement and warning. You walk into the living room without looking back. You don't need to. You already know he'll follow. Oops, did I make you mad? That's the only class that I've ever been to. The "You mad, bro?" This could either be insightful or completely frustrating. You'll find out soon enough. You arrive home to find Sylus and Mephisto already there. There's an energy in the air, subtle but unmistakable. Sylus is restless. Why'd you bring your bird with you? Not in an obvious way. He's too controlled for that. But you catch it in the way his fingers tap idly against his knee, in the way his shoulders sit just a little too rigid, like he's holding something back. You know he wants you to ask, but you hold it off. talking about random things. So does he want me to be forceful? Mephisto watches you from the windowsill, head tilted, as if already expecting the game that's about to begin. Until Sylus leans back against the couch, arms stretched lazily along the top. Too casual. Why are you so excited? You finally ask, and his face brightens up for a second.
Just came back from an auction.
He pulls a gun out, letting the metal gleam under the light. Sleek, perfectly balanced, every detail engineered for precision and power. It's better than all the other ones in his collection. Ooh. You glance at it and shrug. It's all right, but I think mine is better. The air shifts as the blatant lie fills the room. Sylus and Mephisto still. For the first time since you walked in, Sylus's expression flickers, just for a second. Then he recovers, tilting his head, a smirk playing at the corners of his lips.
If you say so, kitten.
He's humoring you. Something in you wants to break that composure. But if you really look at it, mine is much better. Bigger, stronger, better precision, stronger bullets. And it's got all these stickers of you on it. His brow arches slightly, but you're not done spouting nonsense. It's all about the reinforced trajectory chambering. The impact force is significantly stabilized at high velocity, which... He exhales through his nose, slow and long.
What are you even talking about?
I don't know. You cross your arms, tilting your head just so. My gun, it's obviously the superior one. His jaw tightens, just barely. His eye twitches. You smile, then you start laughing. What's wrong, Sylus? Are you mad? You mad that my gun's so cool? The tension shifts. His smirk remains, but it's sharper now, hungrier.
You want me mad, kitten?
You don't back down. Maybe. What are you gonna do about it? The air between you thickens, the space too charged, too heavy. Mephisto, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You're too young to watch what's probably about to happen. Mephisto calls from the windowsill, breaking the silence. Sylus's jaw works for a moment, his fingers flexing once at his side before he inhales deeply, steadying himself. He takes one slow step forward, then stops.
Next time, kitten. Good night.
And then he's gone. You exhale, only now realizing how fast your pulse is beating. Your heart pounds so hard that it hurts. You've never seen him this frustrated before. And you love it. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, is this the You Mad Bro playthrough?
I noticed you've been treating my place like it's your home. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You're always welcome to stop by. But there's something I'm confused about. You complimented the chef last time you were here. So, why didn't you order anything? You made a cup of noodles for some reason. How did I find out? You forgot to throw away the used seasoning packets. I thought you wanted to let me know. Oh, right. Was my record useful in covering your meal? I played one of the sweets on it and ended up smelling the beef flavor.
Oh, is this the last night? Tactical provocation. Yeah. You step into your apartment, kicking off your shoes with a sigh. The air inside feels charged, the kind of stillness that isn't empty. It prickles against your skin, warning you before you even turn the lights on. Your fingers drift instinctively to your gun. Sylus? That better be Sylus, 'cause if it's not, you're not gonna be a happy being. Your voice is steady, but the question lingers in the air. Then he steps forward from the shadows, and your lips curve into a slow smile. You move towards him, anticipation humming beneath your skin, stopping just before your lips can brush his. His eyes darken, sharp with intent. He's had enough. Oh no! What are you gonna do, Sylus? Bite me?
You've been teasing me these past days, kitten. Far too much.
You mad, bro? You tilt your head, faux innocence dripping from your voice. Oh, have I? Oh no, how horrible. Oh, you mad? Why you mad though? Problem? He steps closer, unhurried, the tension coiling thick between you.
You keep inviting me over, only to run away.
Your back presses against the wall, caged by his presence. He hasn't touched you, not yet, but there's nowhere to escape.
That training influenced you in an infuriating way.
Are you actually mad right now? You actually mad right now, bro? You try to play coy, try to push the tension aside with a casual smile. I didn't know you were so easily affected. We can play kitty cards to relax. His hand presses against your abdomen, firm but slow, pinning you there.
No, kitten. Not tonight.
Why, you afraid I'll beat you? For the first time? His smile is wicked, taunting. Your pulse hammers as he lifts you effortlessly, your legs wrapping around his hips on instinct. Then he kisses you. He tastes like heat and hunger, his teeth nipping at your bottom lip before soothing the sting with another searing kiss. His grip tightens, his body pressing flesh against yours, trapping you beneath him as he drinks in every sound you make. You try to touch him, but he seizes your wrists in one hand, pinning them above your head as he lowers you onto the couch. His breath is heavy, heated. His body presses down, a solid weight that makes you feel beneath him. He strips you down, peeling away fabric like he's been waiting for this moment, savoring it. Editor May, wake up. This is the horny part. You gotta put this on the adult Patreon. You thank your supervisor in your mind for enrolling you into those classes. They didn't just make you sharper. They showed you this side of Sylus, this edge of him you had only glimpsed before. And now, you can't wait to unravel him further. Ending 204. Okay, so what if I actually go to work? The thing I probably should be doing. Let's go to work. You show up to class, but your mind is elsewhere. The instructor talks, lessons happen, but it all feels distant, like background noise. You write down a few things, but nothing sticks. You try once to follow along, but the second it feels awkward, you stop putting in effort. You can't even bring yourself to be frustrated. It's just, whatever. Is this me not paying attention to the classes at all? Also, I didn't call Sylus. This is so pointless. You barely make it through the door before dropping onto the couch, completely drained. Training had been brutal. Your body is heavy, your brain fried, and you don't have the energy to do anything except exist. Your phone vibrates.
Home yet, kitten?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I get?
Brain dead. No words left.
That bad?
Melted into my couch. Send help.
I could, but I have a feeling you wouldn't even get up to unlock the door.
Correct.
This is just me after 5 hours of recording. Then I guess I'll have to suffer from afar.
Your eyelids start to drop as you mumble something not even you can understand.
Sleep well, kitten.
You start to reply, but your eyes slip shut before you finish. Oh, so do I not see Sylus at all in this playthrough? Oh boy. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. You try. You really do. But it's like trying to swim against a current. Everything feels rigid, unnatural. The instructor calls on you, and you hesitate. The wrong move. They correct you, but the more they do, the worse you get. It's frustrating. You start zoning out halfway through, mind slipping between the lesson and how useless it all feels. What's the point if I can't even get this right? You collapse onto your bed, sighing as you check your phone.
You free tonight?
Not really.
That's unfortunate. I had plans for you.
You can still tell me them.
Oh, You want to hear about all the things I'd do if I were there?
Tell me.
I'd rather just be there with you.
I mean, you could come over. I can't say I'd have the energy to do anything, but you can stand there. I'd rather that too.
Then invite me over, kitten.
Maybe tomorrow.
Holding me off just to make me wait?
Maybe. It's cute when you miss me.
Brat.
Mm-hmm. Your lips curve slightly at the screen. You'll meet him soon. I have a feeling that we won't. You better work. Let's go to work, even though this is turning out to be sad. Oh no, is this the bad ending? The day drags. You show up, but your mind isn't there. The words go in one ear and out the other. The instructor pauses next to you once, like they're about to say something. But in the end, they don't. They know I'm a lost cause. Maybe they've realized you don't care either way. I'm wasting my time. I could be having time with Sylus. You slip under the covers, rolling onto your side as your phone lights up.
You didn't reply all day, making me wait on purpose, aren't you?
Your lips curve slightly. What if I am?
Then I'd say you're enjoying this a little too much.
I'm just busy, but you do look good when you're frustrated.
Kitten.
Sweetie.
I swear, when I get my hands on you...
What? You'll hold me?
Oh, I'll do more than that.
Your finger hovers over the keyboard for a second too long before typing. Can't wait. You place your phone on your pillow beside you. Your fingers feel warm, your breath a little uneven. You turn off the light, but you don't sleep right away. Let's go to work. It's almost funny how easy it is not to care. You show up, sit through the lecture, repeat what you have to. It's not even frustrating anymore. You're not mad at yourself. You're not upset at the instructor. You just don't feel anything about it. You're here because you have to be, and that's all there is to it. I should be stressed, right? Guess I'm not. Completely apathetic. You sigh as you settle onto bed, stretching out under the covers. Your phone is already in your hand before you even think about it. He hasn't messaged you today, so you message first. You busy? It takes him longer than usual to respond. Oh no! The worst nightmare of them all. Sylus losing interest in me.
She appears.
Your stomach tightens at the reply. Sorry, the training and work is exhausting right now.
It's all right. Guess I just got used to you keeping me entertained at night.
That makes something in your chest tighten. Miss me? Another pause.
You already know the answer. Let's talk later. You should rest.
You stare at the message. He doesn't explain. He doesn't send anything else. Your fingers hesitate before typing. Good night, Sylus.
Sleep well, kitten.
You set your phone down. The playful back and forth is still there, but something is different. Like he's waiting for you to do something about it. Well, let's fail this class and go to work. It's the last day. You should probably be paying attention. You should probably be worried about how little you've learned. But instead, you're counting the minutes until you can leave. The instructor gives a final exercise, something meant to test everything you've learnt this week. Uh-oh. You barely try. You fumble through it. The instructor watches, and when you're done, they sigh. But you just shrug. You're not mad. You're not disappointed. It is what it is. You throw yourself into work, pushing everything else aside. Those silly classes are barely a thought. Your focus is unmatched, every task completed with efficiency that doesn't go unnoticed. Your supervisor watches, taking in the long hours, the unwavering commitment. Maybe they're impressed by your dedication, or maybe they just see how stubborn you are and decide it's easier to let you do things your way. Ha! Either way, you win. No more wasted time, no forced lessons. You can keep doing what you do best. Blah 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 blah. Or putting the battle system on auto. Still, there's a nagging feeling, something at the edge of your thoughts. a quiet weight, like you're forgetting something. Or someone. You shrug it off. Work comes first. Oh no! Ending 3 of 4. Oh no, the workaholic ending, and Sylus is left in the dust. Alright, for ending 4, it says to make random choices. Okay. What's on the TV? You flick on the TV, stretching out on the couch. A news report about the Hunter Association's latest recruitment drive plays, footage of rookies in training, interviews with seasoned agents. We're always looking for new talent. You barely notice how much time has passed until the segment ends. Scroll through social media? You start scrolling, telling yourself it'll be only for a moment. Until it's not. Like, oh, it's been 3 hours already? A post about claw machine strategies catches your eye. Someone claims they've cracked the secret to winning every time. It's all about the grip strength cycle. For a second, you actually consider reading it. You've never been particularly lucky with the claw machines, but maybe. Your thumb keeps swiping. The post disappears, lost in the endless feed. Before you know it, several minutes have gone by. Uh-oh. Whoops. Whoops. You show up to class, but your mind is elsewhere. The summons comes as soon as training ends. Your supervisor waits in their office, and beside them stands your instructor, arms crossed, their disappointment palpable. They don't bother to soften their expression. What, you don't like that I've been making random choices throughout the days? Neither does your supervisor. Your performance in class has been unacceptable. It's not just a failure, it's a liability. They don't trust you to handle the commission. The verdict is final. You'll have to retake the course, starting tonight. You sigh, the weight of it settling in. More time stuck in training, less time with Sylus. Oh man. Frustration simmers under your skin, but there's nothing you can do. For now, you're stuck. Tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee, ending 4 of 4. You screwed up real bad. Oh, I was anticipating this game. Sylus is my Pookie Wookie and I love him. I could go on a whole rant about why I love Sylus. He's the man for the parentified eldest daughters. But I would very much love to see more Love and Deepspace games from this developer. And don't forget that if you're over the age of 18, you can join their Patreon. And if you would like to see more games featuring really cool fictional men's, feel free to look around my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.